Hey guys, Cal the Dead Knight of Anime here, and I'm bringing you more anime news. And this is something I feel has been I feel is worth addressing, and it really fits that I decided to wear this shirt today because what I'm going to be talking about today is the critical reception that's already getting, that the Fullmetal Alchemist live action film is already getting. So I'll basically go through this article like little bits at a time, and then we can talk about it. Okay, so here we go. Today, a live-action version of Fullmetal Alchemist based on the popular anime and manga series made its world premiere as the opening film of the 30th Tokyo International Film Festival. As numerous sites have reported, this film adaptation is unique in that it has skewed the, the usual whitewashing in favor of homegrown Japanese cast. Okay, right off the bat there. This is kind of this is kind of one of those things, unfortunately, that's always kind of a little bit iffy. And okay, is it, this is one that's always been a little bit of an issue and iffy and whitewashing in the whole no live action anime thing about whether or not whitewashing is good or not. It basically is basically one of the reasons as to why so many people hated on the Ghost in the Shell live action. And in this case, I don't know, like it really, I don't know, it really is a slippery slope. But in this case, I wouldn't mind if they, if they technically did, if they did bring in, or if they did a little whitewashing or something, because in again, it is a slippery slope. But when you look at Fullmetal Alchemist as a whole, it isn't really all that Japanese based. It really is just a whole. It really a lot of what it is all based on Europe, of course, and like and even and a lot of German influence as well. Just the whole Austrian military and the Fuhrer and whatnot. It is all like it is all reminiscent of Nazi Germany. So yeah, in a way, it's one of those things where whitewashing is kind of almost welcome. I know it is a touchy subject in general, but yeah, it is definitely that is welcome. But let's continue reading on. Homegrown. Some have cried foul over this, given the story's European cultural background, of course. Yet, while the original manga volumes have sold over 70 million copies worldwide, Full Metal Alchemist was written and illustrated by a Japanese woman. In a poll conducted by the Japanese television network Asahi, it ranked as the most popular anime of all time in Japan. That is nuts. Like, I knew it was I knew I knew that I knew that I knew that it was definitely big. I definitely knew that Fullmetal Alchemist was big, but damn, to find out it was sold 70 million copies worldwide is just nuts. And just the fact that it is ranked one of the most popular anime in all time in Japan. Like I thought Dragon Ball Z was big, and Dragon Ball Z and One Piece were big, but at the time, Fullmetal Alchemist was not only ruling in the West, it was ruling in Japan too, which I guess makes sense. But yeah, it just goes to show, as to why Fullmetal Alchemist is one of my top favorite shonen and why it has fucking staying power. Anyway, in a year when Hollywood has already tied itself up in screenwriting knots trying to justify uploading a Japanese woman's consciousness into a white woman's body, as he goes in the show, it is understandable why Japan would want to be protective of this property and why it would want to maybe tip the balance of race bending in favor of non-Caucasian for once. The issue is more complicated than that, of course, but ultimately, regardless of politics of its casting, Fullmetal Alchemist has to be evaluated on its own merit as a film. So, how does the film measure up? Taking all that, here we go. Here we go, guys. For anyone unfamiliar with the story, Fullmetal Alchemist tells the tale of two brothers, one of whom, Ed, uses a metal arm and a leg in order to battle for the state, and the other of whom, Al, fights alongside him while existing only as a soul bound to a suit of steel armor. Together, these two brothers, the Elrics, try to navigate a world where alchemy, the art of manipulating matter, thrives. Their ultimate quest is to recover the elusive Philosopher's Stone and use it to restore their full humanity. Again, so far it looks like it's okay. Since it is, after all, a comic book movie, albeit a Japanese one, it is easy to find oneself drawing comparisons between Fullmetal Alchemist and American superhero films of the early 20s. Yeah, that one, I've I don't know about that. I've just kind of I've always seen it as definitely more. I've always seen Full Metal. Looking at it even today, I've always seen it more as kind of a grand epic that is on par with something like with Game of Thrones or something like that. But superhero film, no. I think One Punch Man and My Hero Academia are definitely holding that title. But yeah, but but yeah, back then the genre was still finding its footing. It would not really start hitting its stride until the mid to late 2000s, when Christopher Nolan's Batman films and the Marvel Cinematic Universe came along. Before that, however, fans had endured a lot of stinkers like Daredevil and Fantastic Four. Oh boy, I don't like where this is going. Unfortunately, the Full Metal Alchemist, the live-action Full Metal Alchemist hews closer to Daredevil or Fantastic Four on the quality spectrum than it does anything in the MCU. Damn. Fucking damn. When you can screw up that goddamn much, a film like that, being compared to fucking Daredevil and Fantastic Four and how bad it is? Japan, what have you done already? Like, seriously. Yeah, seriously, Japan, how can you fuck up your own source material like this so bad? Even the abominable, pun intended, Incredible Hulk, the look of the main character, Ed, never rises above that bad cosplay, while the production value of the film never rises above that of a TV movie. Something you see on you would see on sci-fi. Okay, so yeah, like I did. I mean, I did take a look at a lot of the pictures, and yeah, a lot of what Ed did look like did look like it did look like just a guy playing in a cosplay outfit. But really, really, like cosplay, they couldn't. I guess they couldn't come up with any better effects. I guess I don't know. Like, but seriously, cosplay. They're comparing the cos. Wow. Yeah. It almost seems unfair to hold the film to a Hollywood standard, of course, because with Hollywood's already fucked up with Death Note, so yeah. When its budget must have been much lower, but Fullmetal Alchemist has an undeniable look, which is somewhat shocking to see in a film given the prestigious opening slot of an international festival, of course. In the film's cold open, a couple of blonde-haired kids came running on screen, but at first, we only see them from the back of the head. When the camera does show their faces to be Japanese, it does so matter-of-factly, in a way that feels natural to the director's professed intent of color-blind casting. Yeah. It's, one of those kids, however, grows up to be the adult Ed, played by Ryosuke Yamada, a teen idol and J-pop boy band member who's dyed yellow hair, or is it a bad wig? Feels like a Justin Bieber would pull off if they were casting some heretical new Spider-Man. Oh my god, this just keeps getting worse and worse. Like, holy shit. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. They're now comparing. Oh, jeez. I'm just gonna keep going. In the manga, Ed is described as a 15-year-old runt. Here he's played by a 24-year-old of medium height. Well, yeah, I guess so, but at the same time, I think it would be difficult in order to really find anyone who's pretty much about Ed's height in the anime and manga. Like, seriously, I don't think I think there are very few people out there. I think there are very few actors in general out there who could actually be Ed's height. To be honest with you, although the 24 thing is maybe a little sketchy. In principle, of course, there's nothing wrong with letting a character be played by an actor who's older or taller than you. Should be they should be taller than they should be. Hugh Jackman is certainly no runt, yet he took the character of Wolverine and made it his own. Yep. Yamada, however, seems out of depth in the end, despite emoting with many tearful outbursts. He just seems woefully miscast, which leaves only this hulking and armored Al to pin our hopes on. After making a grand entrance, the character of Al, potentially the film's greatest asset, is squandered as he literally is immobilized for much of the film. What? Echoing through his steel helmet, Al's gentle voice almost seems like it's deliberately channeling Baymax from Big Hero 6. We do not get to see him in action, but the character feels neutered by budgetary constraints. Oh boy, this just keeps getting better and better. I'm not. I'll be honest. I haven't really even checked the movie. Okay, I know it's weird. I'm giving you guys this video and I haven't even checked the movie yet, but all of my fears about this film are slowly but surely coming true. Honestly, right now. Instead of more screen time for Al, what do we get? Are beefed up roles of the human characters like Winry, played by actress Subasa Honda, who struts through the movie like a runaway model trying to keep a straight face. If anything, Winry supplements Al as the true deuteragonist of this movie. So Winry ends up having more of a presence than Al. Like I don't get me wrong, I know Winry was still a main character, still a very important character in the show, but when she outshines Al, it's like what? She is one who tags along as sidekick on Ed's big train adventure, which inadvertently leads him to Dr. Marco. Oh, so she's there with Dr. Marco. That's a change, I guess. It's not a big change. It just sounds interesting. Inadvertently leads him to Dr. Marco, a fellow alchemist who was instrumental in the project that created the Philosopher's Stone, played by Jim Kunimura, who gave quite the memorable turn last year in the South Korean horror film The Wailing. Dr. Marco is but one of several supporting characters given short shrift by the live-action Fullmetal Alchemist. Well, it all depends on how you look at it, because I guess in Brotherhood's case, he definitely had a bigger role in Brotherhood than he did in the first series, I guess. But yeah, and with the first series, I think from what I remember, he got killed off, but he did have a lasting presence in the show. While the first 3 volumes of the Fullmetal Alchemist manga, where much of the story is taken from, had ample time to flesh characters out. Okay, so they jam-packed 3 volumes, and this is starting to make a lot more sense now. Seriously, like if you're trying to seriously cramming 3 volumes worth of content in never works out, guys. It never fucking works out. Seriously, 3 volumes of the Fullmetal Alchemist manga, where much of the story is taken from, had ample time to flesh characters out. Here, the story is so truncated that some of the characters, like early villain Father Cornello, just show up as glorified cameos. Father Cornello wasn't all that interesting to me anyway, so I guess it's okay that he came off. I'm okay with them being a cameo. Other important manga characters like serial killer Scar are absent from the film entirely. Whoa, 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 whoa. Back up here, people. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. Scar is absent from the film? Are you fucking kidding me? Scar is one of the most key characters in Fullmetal Alchemist's lore, whether you're talking first anime, Brotherhood, or the manga. Scar is quintessential to the story of Fullmetal Alchemist. He honestly, I think as a character, I think I like him more. I think I like him more than I do any of the main characters in the Fullmetal Alchemist franchise, even more than Ed and Al. Honestly, like I know that's a stretch, but yeah, like Scar was one of my favorite characters in both series, and he had one of the best character arcs ever in both. So just cutting him out like that Are you are you freaking kidding me? Seriously, what the fuck? Well, when you make an adaptation, a lot of things definitely. When you make an adaptation, that there are going to be things that are different. Obviously, that's to be expected. But when you take out a character who had such a key role in the series to begin with, that's like, God damn it. Seriously, uh, let's like Serial Killer Scar are absent from the film entirely. Fuck you for that. Only the Flame Alchemist Roy Mustang and the Suing Life Alchemist Shaw Tucker played by Dean Chioka and Yu Oizumi, respectively, are given their proper due. Okay, sure. To its credit, director Fumihiko Sori, whose background includes a stint working on the VFX crew of James Cameron's Titanic, does manage to mine arresting visuals out of some scenes. Okay, well, at least the visuals are good, but I'll have to watch it myself to see for that. Probably a lot more tacky than we think than they are, though. Such as when Ed must outrun a series of cylindrical alchemy constructs, or when he visits an all-white plane of existence where the gate of alchemy stands and a mist-bodied god dwells. Huh, mist-bodied. I guess it was. I guess we never really found out what the whole god or gate was. What was inside the gate was really made of, but I just assumed it was pure blackness. I didn't know it was mist. But but yeah. But for every scene like that, there is another scene where spiky rock hounds or cyclopean CGI monsters suddenly assail the film like a storm of bird droppings. Not a random metaphor in the latter cases, they do hit the ground just like that in one scene. Bird droppings? Really? I wonder if this film is even checking out anymore. But Cyclopean CGI monsters. Cyclopean as in Cyclops. I mean, I know there were a lot of chimera creatures in Fullmetal Alchemist and whatnot, and all sorts of different combined creatures combined into one. But Cyclops, really? I think that might have been a stretch even for Fullmetal Alchemist's case. Uh, but the first line on the first page of the English language edition of Fullmetal Alchemist volumes 1 to 3 is, "I love B movies." That line comes from the manga's creator Hiromu Arakawa, who knows maybe she and some fans might enjoy this live-action adaptation on the level of a right B movie, but the film is probably not going to have much mass appeal beyond that. The final analysis is it feels destined to become one of those bargain bin features that show the weird growing pains of a subgenre. In this case, the live-action manga adaptation. Maybe someday we will get an elegantly staged live-action Akira or Neo Genesis Evangelion. No, do not touch those. Those are you do not want to touch those with the 10-foot. Japan, Hollywood, you do not want to fucking touch those two with the 10-foot pole. People will castrate you and burn you at the stake for that. Adaptation with Japanese stars. In the meantime, there are turkeys like Fullmetal Alchemist. Just to show that bad comic book movies truly are colorblind. Okay, so from what I'm hearing, this movie is a total clusterfuck. Like I said, I haven't seen it. I've been on the fence about about checking this movie out if it ever came to affect the digital copy ever found its way into my if there was ever a digital copy online, but just damn, like this already has me as a Fullmetal Alchemist fan. This already has me fucking scared. Like, just how could you get so many things wrong? Like, there does sound like some good ideas in this, but other than that, it just sounds like okay. Getting again, I'm still on that Scar shit. Like seriously, getting rid of Scar, that was the biggest fuck up ever. How? How? How do you do that? How do you do that, Japan? Getting rid of Scar. I know I'm keeping on that, but yeah. Also, there's one thing where Hiromu Arakawa says, "I love B movies." Okay, that's fine, but Arakawa, as much as a genius as you were when you created as much of a genius as you are in creating Full Metal Alchemist, the fact remains we don't want to see a B movie. We want to see a faithful or damn as near as you can get faithful adaptation of fucking fucking Full Metal Alchemist, one of my personal favorite anime ever. Like, this is really one of those times where I'm like, I'm like, don't get me. I know we've had I know we've had a lot of bad live action movies in the past, even before this one. But I think I'm like I've always kind of been indifferent towards those other ones, towards those other films. But just hearing about this one is like I fucking love Full Metal Alchemist. I bought a goddamn wall scroll. It isn't here. It's back at my old house. Like I said, for those who don't know, I'm living with my parents temporarily until we can get until I figure out what's going on with the whole renovation of my house. But back at my own house, I have a goddamn wall scroll a goddamn Full Metal Alchemist wall scroll. I have Full Metal Alchemist. I bought this shirt off Amazon. I got Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I got both collections of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I I have I've been meaning to and I have been meaning to get the original Full Metal Alchemist too, but yeah, just this I'm now starting to understand how other like pure-blooded fans of anime like Dragon Ball Z were like I guess you could say I'm not a full-blooded fan because I was definitely mad, but I probably wasn't as mad as other people were when Dragon Ball Evolution came out. But I I now understand the hot-blooded hatred people are. I now understand what it means to be to just have hot-blooded hatred for a live-action film that got messed up. Like I said, I haven't even seen the goddamn thing, and already from reading this, I'm like, what the fuck just happened here? Like, you know what, guys? I'm sorry. I'm not gonna get more into this. Like, uh, I need to stop this video and go and cool off or something, guys. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't get into much of a discussion after reading this, guys. But yeah, just write down in the comment section below what you think of this video. What you thought after hearing these facts. Are you gonna at least check it out at curiosity? Are you just gonna stay away from it? But yeah, tell me guys what you thought in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, like I said, like, dislike, subscribe, do whatever you want, guys. But yeah, I have to go cool off now. Death Knight of Anime, signing off, guys. Later.